Larry, we are about... The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And they're led out by their quarterback from Newport Beach State in California, played at USC. It's Matt Barkley.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And he is level. Knocked down hard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And here are the offensive starters for Arizona.
David Johnson's play has forced us to talk about him as one of the premier running backs in the NFL. Good size, so he can run inside and break through some tackles. Also has excellent speed, so he can get to the perimeter, turn the corner, and make it into a big game. But he also relies on the fact that he was a college wide receiver at one point, and they can utilize him both out of the backfield and in the slot back position in order to get downfield and catch the football.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Right back to Ferguson. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Sheds off the tackle. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Here's Barkley. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
All right, here we go.
Now Barkley. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be knocked down sideways. A big gain of 31 on third down.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Let's go. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Running again, and again it's Ferguson. That good for 19 and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it down deep into Arizona territory. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Green, 39. Green, 39.
They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
He'll drop to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue landing.
And some room to work. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 4th down. Gostkowski now for the Pats field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength. And he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Calling a gain of 10, and they pick up the 1st. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Let's go.
And some room to maneuver. He's to the 10, and he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. And from the 9-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. So we'll get a 2nd and goal when we come back. 7-3 the score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Ball spotted at the 4. It's 2nd and goal. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here, not even a thought.
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
On to try the field goal now, Phil Dawson. And Dawson's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it 1st and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
This is taken near the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
4 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. A 2nd down carry for Ferguson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
The Patriots send out their punter. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series, so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
Here we go now.
And this is going to be incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll take it at the 42. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Patriots take over. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
All right, here we go.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. On first down, Ferguson slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss.
Here we go now. Blue, landing.
And an alley to run. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Let's go now, Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, snapped at the 11.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll hand it off to Ferguson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
This is caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it first and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to them quickly and put the quarterback down.
This is Ferguson, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Green 39! Green 39!
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that'll bring them back within 4. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the 2nd quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows.
The Pats are going to get there, and down he goes. So a collective holding a breath here as the starter heads for the sideline. And getting a shot here to come in, the 10th pick of the 2011 draft, Blaine Gabbert. Now they try the right side here. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And it'll be 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a 1st down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a 3rd down.
You give them 5 yards there, and it's enough for the 1st.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
On 1st and 10, Gabbert to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a 1st down there, just 1 yard. Gabbard on 3rd and 2. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Patriots have it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Back to throw now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Perry. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 39. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front as we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Patriots trail at home at halftime. The Cardinals will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Cardinals have it later on the drive. Barkley's on target here, and he caps off the 2-play drive with the score. Cardinals now on top. Patriots take it at the 16. Offensive line won't be able to hold up here. This ends up as a loss of 9.
All right, thank you, Larry. Plenty of intrigue to come. A 1-point game as we get set for half 2. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
While that play was unsuccessful to start the second half, I'm not sure that you just totally abandon what you do running the football. Maybe you make some adjustments in your run game and do things a little bit differently, but that doesn't necessarily mean you just go to the pass and do nothing else.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, check.
Here's Ferguson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
They'll drop to throw. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. They were looking to throw, holding of the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Back to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Gabbert. Underneath for Johnson. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards.
After that nice game there, for the rest of the game, the defense is going to have to respect the running backs as passing threats as well. Not just play them strictly to run the football. They may be able to get downfield and catch it too.
First down throw for Gabbert. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They come out here in the I. Johnson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space?
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The offense on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Gabbard. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
Brandon, that's what I call an oak tree play. That quarterback just stood in there, absorbed the hit, and still was able to deliver the ball downfield.
Now Dawson for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. They start out with a run by Ferguson. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Here we go. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
On the carry, it's Ferguson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved.
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5. New England on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go. No. Check. Patriot.
Now back to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Patriots send out their punter. He's been terrific so far.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So that one will be accepted. Gabbard on first down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call or get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Gabbard to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And that's taken at his own 42. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get it.
And the way in, touchdown, New England. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots move back within a couple of the lead. And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed,
kills.
Speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
So they're going to go for 2. Looking to throw. And this one's incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. It's a short kick, taken near the 18. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Back 22.
Gabbert now to throw on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover two, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Palmer. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end could be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll need to get the play off quickly. On the counter, it's Ferguson. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down.
Let's go. Blue line.
They'll set up a throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Let's go. 3-19.
They'll try to run down here with Ferguson. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriots score. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Well, we've seen some lead changes, and it certainly appeared that one of these squads was in full control of the game, but that's not the case after that touchdown.
And they erase a 2 TD deficit here to grab the lead. And he puts it through. Goskowski now out to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the two defensive tackles in a four-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
And now a first down following that long gain. From the gun, Gabbert. Man open left side, it's Williams. And that time he's smothered as he's wrestled down at the 14. Another big hitter there, this one good for 18. So the offense has it 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Gabbert. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's taken on the 25. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score now.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First down, Gabbert. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree, as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Throwing. Gabbert. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. To the air again. Gabbert. And that will be incomplete as well.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
New England on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. To throw, Gabbert. And his throw here's incomplete. And on 2nd and 10 now. Now Gabbert. Over the middle, he finds Henderson, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, Oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Here's Gabbert. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver was David Johnson. And it's second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Jaron Brown, the intended target, and it's third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Here's Gabbert now. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Derek Rivers in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all, and that's exactly what he's done. Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy has struggled, and now he's found a way to make things better. That's pretty good stuff right there.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. New England on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 9. They stay on the ground with White. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. The Patriots send out their punter. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taken in at the 22. And shoving his way inside the 35. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. A fourth-quarter score from the Meadowlands. The Chargers have scored again, so they open up a 2-touchdown lead. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line. He'll look to throw. Caught left side, Williams. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. They'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And a Patriot defense has a touchdown. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point try for Gostkowski. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The D for the Pats, the Patriots heading back onto the field now. But not the position they want to be in. Still a very, very small chance here, but they almost need a miracle.
Agreed. That means they've got to get it to the sidelines, get out of bounds, and preserve clock.
Gabbert. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Cardinals got to go quickly. Hustling to the line. And now the spike with 36 seconds left to go. The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on third. Gabbert. And that is incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Patriots offense now. They work their way back onto the field. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch. Not at all.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Patriots in the victory formation as they'll take the knee. New England on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for New England, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to EA Sports.